fans, welcome back to Have Your West Ham View. I'm Sam, still on my job, but I'm talking about the international break. This is the West Ham International Report. We're talking Soucek, Antonio, Kudus, Alvarez, Bowen, Mavropanos, Callum Marshall, the boy, Naif Agard, Sayed Benrahma. I'm pretty sure I've included everyone in that, apart from some of the Youth Academy boys. So let's jump straight into it, player by player. Soucek, Thomas Soucek, the boy. I mean, will he ever stop scoring? Will the boy ever stop scoring? I mean, let's have a little look at this lad's last few games. Club and country. I mean, they did get spanked 3-0 in the international break against Albania away. But, of course, 2 games, he's going to score in one of them. I mean, this is the sort of form he's on at the moment. Ever since the Takapola game, when he come on and he scored in the last 15 minutes. He's just been scoring goals. So here we go. So in the national break, they beat the Faroe Islands. He scored a last-minute winner, I believe. Oh no, it was a penalty on the 76th minute. Sorry, he played 90 minutes. He scored a penalty. Thomas Soucek on pens. So turns out if Paqueta's gone off injured and Benrahma's not come on because he's still crying about having a row with Bamaldi, then stick Soucek on penalties, mate. He'll put them away. So yeah, that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In his last 8 games, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals. 5 goals in 8 games. And I'm sat here saying drop him for Kudus. How would you feel if you was Thomas Soucek? I mean, he can't stop scoring, right? And Villa away on the weekend. You've got to stick him in. So obviously, we know what's going on with. I mean, Czech Republic, they did actually have a red card in the first half. Soucek picked up a bit of a customary booking. So yeah, they're a bit hard done by there. But look, Thomas Soucek scoring goals, and that's one thing we do know. Michael Antonio. So I'm pretty sure they only play 1 game. Let me just double check that. Sorry, I lot of head down here because I'm actually clarifying my stats. Yeah, it was just the 1 game. So he played 87 minutes, and that was only 3 days ago. He's going to be knackered, isn't he? He did come off. But they won 3-2. He didn't score. I actually saw a bit of a clip of a bit of a stinker, actually. But look, he got some minutes under his belt. I mean, that kid, I don't know about you, but I think that's horrendous. Absolutely awful. But anyway, moving on. To the big one, really. Kudus and Alvarez played each other. Here they are swapping shirts after the game. I think Alvarez was subbed. But yeah, 2-0 to Mexico on the day. Ghana had a bit of a poor break, actually. They lost obviously 2-0 to Mexico, and they also got battered by USA in a friendly. Another meme I saw, one of the Ghanaian media reporters already sat in the press room like 20 minutes before the end of the game waiting to speak to the coach because apparently they were piss poor. So I didn't catch any of the highlights, didn't see how Kudus played, but I'm sure he wasn't best pleased. And Alvarez and Kudus got a lot of minutes. So, yeah, moving on to the main boy, Jared Bowen. Personally, I feel like he had a good game. A lot of people on Twitter were saying, oh, I won all that. I think the England team performance was abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. I think we were lucky to win 1-0 on the night. I know you've got players who are trying to show what they can do, but it felt like a pro club's drop-in match. Is the only way I can describe it, right? You've got players, get on the ball, what can I do? But I think Bowen was one of the only players, and he got the full 90 as well, but Bowen was one of the only players for me that when he got the ball, he made something happen. Only through three or four different occasions, but the ball would come to him, he'd play a quick 1-2 with Conor Gallagher down the wing, or whatever it may be. I just felt like, maybe it's biased, but I felt like he actually made things happen, whereas James Maddison pinged one out for a throw from the edge of the box. Gallagher was rash. Phillips was so rash. Watkins looked like a rabbit in the headlights until he got his tapping around the back stick. So maybe that's me being a bit biased again. But moving on, Mavropanos, someone who's people are calling to start. Here he is up against Evan Ferguson. They did beat Ireland. He did keep a clean sheet. I think it was 1-0 on the day. And then he was due for his clean sheet until his centre-half partner conceded a penalty late on against Netherlands. And they ended up losing to a Van Dijk penalty late on. So, yeah, I'm sure he was gutted to not get his clean sheet, but there we are. I'm liking Dinos. Seriously liking the boy. Shout out to Callum Marshall. The boy hasn't played a professional minute for West Ham United, and he's coming on for Northern Ireland. I mean, we all know what he's been doing for the youth team, and we're blessed to have people like Freddie Potts come through. Obviously, I know he's a bit older. Devine Mubama, he's 19 years old, same position as Callum. So yeah, look, the boys certainly starting to get people talking about him, and he come on for his home debut for Northern Ireland. Played the last half hour against San Marino. He had a diving header as well. Apparently, he was very, very unlucky that he didn't go in. So, look, I want to start seeing him in and around the squad. Moyes, I guess he knows best, right? He sees him day in, day out. So, we'll see, eh? We'll see. Finally, well, it's not quite finally, but the final slide, nay for God. So, I know they drew 1-1 against Ivory Coast, the Cornelius Ivory Coast. I don't know about the rest of it, but yeah, I think he picked up an early yellow card in the first sort of 5-6 minutes actually. But yeah, another 90 minutes for Naif, who's obviously had that massively bad injury last season. So yeah, let's move on to the main talking point over the international break, and that's Saïd Benrahma. Geezer can't catch a break. I think he's always had a bit of a tough relationship with this Algerian boss, but he was subbed off by Belmadi, and he either walked past him and didn't. I mean, tell you what, let's have a little look. So I don't know if that's. So, excuse me, it looks like he's walked past him and just blanked him or whatever it may be, and he's proper grabbed him by the collar. And you can see the shock on his face there. He's like, what? Yeah, I mean, look, I feel for Benrahma. My opinion changes on the boy every week. I always say get him on when we need a goal or something to happen in the game, and then he comes on and does now. He's not the sort of player that's going to come on and you know, he's not going to win those real tough battles, or very, very rarely. I don't know what he offers. He can take a penno, right? But for me, he's not next level. He hasn't got that paquette about him, that ability to change a game in an instance. And he clearly had it in the Championship. You see the videos. There's like an endless montage of the stuff he was doing in the Championship. But in the Premier League, apart from this season, the Bowen cross where he just stopped the ball dead and he put it on a plate. I don't know. Maybe he gets a lot of harsh criticism, but to be in a Moyes side, you've got to be able to work hard and you've got to have grit, determination, and ultimately, when you get in that final third, you have got to be able to make something happen. And for him, it's very hit and miss, very similar to Fornals. You know, it's really hard for me to cuss these players out because of the influence they've had on the West Ham United side over the last few years. It's been in Europe, but yeah, this is huge. Let's watch it one more time. I mean, who knows what's going on there? Who knows what he's saying? But the only thing is, thinking from a selfish point of view, if Belmadi's still in charge in January, I mean, we're going to be losing Benrahma to the African Cup of Nations. A lot of games around that time. Could it be a blessing in disguise? Who knows? But there we go. There's the international roundup. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, if you enjoyed the video, then let me get this little banner up here. If you didn't know, by the way, we run the West Ham View Facebook. 38,000 members. Please join if you got a second. It'll be in the description. Like, subscribe, turn those notifications on. There's your international roundup. Hopefully there's not another one for a long time because no one really likes them. Come on, you all.